mess around with YouTube. Oh, hi, hello.
Hello.
Well, here we are. We're live. This is recorded that you're watching it, but we're live here right now, you and I.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, driving our life away.
Forest fire, forest fire.
For real?
I don't know. Back there in the woods.
Hey, come look at
smoking
this.
it out. Look, see?
Come look at it right now. That's fun stuff.
Field report, Nomad Outdoors, day, I don't know. Zero deer. But
What are you doing
hunters.
with your dog running around?
Lots of hunters. That's a wild dog. That's a wild look. It's a chupacabra. It's a chupacabra.
Chasing deer? You little shit.
We are hunter shy, and our youngest member, Jerry Bear, lost a little motivation. He's got to work tomorrow.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Carry on the tradition.
He had himself home, and we're going to go out to the ridge because the spot that we were out yesterday, that we were actually kind of excited to hunt, because even though we didn't see anything, it was something different. So something different is always good. And guess what? There's guys out there hunting. So
now here's my thinking, by the way. The wind's coming out of the west. Now, if we sit on any side of the trail on the right-hand side of the trail, looking across, the wind's going to be in our face. So if those deer are on the other side of the gate, headed towards an nostril, anywhere on that side, if they're moving through those pines at all, we should be able to set up a couple of spots up and down there somewhere with the wind in our face. So that's really all I got. Is let's hope that they're spending some quality time in the pines, and maybe if we move far enough towards the nose hole, we can catch them moving. You know, and now what is it, the 13th? People are like, they're back into bachelor groups now. They're just, now I'm like, oh, well then you mean they're just, if they're in bachelor groups, then all they care about is eating. Really? Because then I got the people in the next county over there like, no, they're still chasing the yearling does. Oh, it's crazy, man. So what's really going on? Other than the general consensus that this county has got bupkis for deer. You don't have to, that's not a curse word. You know?
No, we can use that. Let's just say that there's 0 deer and 500 million hunters. So even if there was, the blind, deaf, dementia-ridden deer wandering,
sense of smell whatsoever.
They're walking through the woods. If he's the only target, yeah, somebody's going to shoot him. But I asked Coach Gray Bear for some motivation for the team, and
what did I say?
He gave me a whole bunch of stuff out of books. He had nothing.
Endeavor to persevere.
Nothing inspiring.
It's always darkest before the dawn.
Listen to him. He's just, it's like a broken record.
I was sad because I had no shoes till I met a man who had no feet. Did any of these do anything for you?
No.
I don't think I've ever not had shoes. By the way, it's not.
So, we'll gut it out. Jerry Bear's on his way home. Sad to see him go, but he's a working lad, and time is precious to him. So
whiskey works wonders.
Whiskey, weed, and women.
You mean dandelion soup when you say weed?
Yeah, dandelion, of course.
Dandelion soup.
Of course. And whiskey, I'm only talking about like non-alcoholic whiskey.
Water?
And
that's what you break that down.
Cut.
Where I already got through that. Oops. What's that?
I don't know.
Oh, that's just dirt. Never mind.
That's a big turd.
That's a big dog. Sick. Big sick dog.
Oh.
Looks like they're not going that way. I wonder if this is that trapper.
Oh yeah. Forgot about him. Tried to stay separate from him. don't want to have too much weight in one spot.
That sound of the ice is much more fun when you're on Lake St. Clair.
Yeah. What the hell is this?
I guess this is where we should be sitting.
Apparently so, huh? I don't even know what that is.
What this deer? You think somebody like poured a mineral lick or salt lick or something right here?
They must have. Because there's more. There's another one up here. Oh, that's the quad trail. But we have no plans. We're just wandering aimlessly in the woods, throwing due care and caution to the wind.
Two guys hunting into the wind. That's what we do. Hunt with the wind in your face and see what rolls up on us. Somebody's been back here.
Look at that guy in that quad.
Here. The guy getting nowhere. Oh, genuine drafts of champagne beers. People on foot too.
Well, I guess the most befitting statement I have is, here I sit, broken-hearted, came to hunt, and only farted. Bumped out of our other spot, so here we are back on the ridge, our old haunts. See if anything shakes loose. Went back about, I don't know, 3/4 of a mile from the gate. Hoping for something. Somewhere, somehow. Well, I would have thought that the radio beeping and Gray Bear talking on the radio and me whispering back might have spooked off these two does, but they hung out in front of me, of course, right before dark, and one come right up to the edge of the trail on me, about 10 feet away. The other one was on the other side of the trail. Without a doe permit, though, I didn't have any choices, so this video I tried to enhance it a little bit and tried to let in a little bit more light, but didn't have much luck with it. That's just the luck of Nomad Outdoors. That being the end of our hunt, we'll segue into our nightly debriefing back at camp. So we've been lacking any type of Nomad Outdoors commentary.
Are we on?
Yeah, I think so. It says record.
I'll have some water.
Have some water.
It's good for you.
But We got keep on trucking theme thrust upon us today.
Where do you want to go? You want to go over here? We should go over here. Oh, boy.
Yeah, boy. That ain't gonna work.
There's somebody over there.
Yeah, we went where we hunted last night, which Jer Bear was actually pretty excited about. He found his own spot. He was real geeked about it, and he's like, okay, we're gonna go back there tomorrow. And went back there tomorrow, which is today, and oh, there's guys out there. They've been hunting there for 399 years.
98. This will be 99. 15 will be 99.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
And they hunt. They hunt everywhere. There's only 2 guys in camp, but they hunt everywhere.
Yeah. They hunt the ridge. One hunts the ridge. One hunts the swamp.
Yeah.
The whole ridge and the whole swamp.
Ridge and the whole swamp.
Yeah.
Yep.
They pointed us out to the state highway so we could hide.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys could go hunt like
61. You can go
up towards the state highway.
Sit out there if you want. That's. There's a deer crossing sign right there. How can you go wrong?
Yeah.
Right?
Lawn chair.
Yeah.
Maybe people bring you some food.
Oh, that'd be nice.
We went back to the ridge, our old haunts. We almost inevitably always end up back on the ridge. But I had, right about 5 minutes before the end of legal hunting time, a 2 doe come out of the swamp, right up on the 2 track.
2 squirrels, coyotes.
Something. First I thought it was a squirrel, then I thought maybe it was a coyote, and then when it finally stepped out on the 2 track, I'm like, oh, look at that, that's a deer.
Were you wearing my glasses?
No. Glasses? And then it kept walking up towards me, and I'm like, this thing's going to freak out and attack me.
It's coming right at me. I had no choice, officer. Then
I had my my hunting buddy, who never listens to his radio. He's like, are you there?
Break 19.
Break 19. So I didn't answer because I had 2 does out in front of me. One standing right there staring right at me, like 10 feet away. And
right
then
in the hairy eyeball.
Right in the hairy eyeball. And then he's like, beep, 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 beep.
I'll teach you a lesson.
It's the alert on the radio. And I'm like, I got 2 does in front of me. And then I didn't hear anything.
No, I locked up.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to do.
So I had the one. It was lucky if it was 80 pounds. Lucky. Very small doe. There's another one that was back behind it, down in the low spot of the swale, coming out of the little swampy area. And by the look of it, it was lucky if it was 100 pounds. I mean, they were both small. I don't know if there was anything after that. They finally did him out. I mean, they were in front of me. Like, I mean, that one was right there, and I'm like, okay, this isn't going to last long. And it was probably there 5 minutes in front of me.
Nice to watch.
Yep.
That's like I was telling someone. I said, you know, I like to see animals. It's okay if I don't get a deer. It's okay if I don't get one within range. If I could see a bunch of squirrels all over the place having a good time, I'm far out. To get to see deer, and then get to see deer from 6 feet away. I mean, it's always a learning thing. You're always, and if, like you said, it was eyeballing you, you're eyeballing it. Even though it's a young one, you're still, like, absorbing information as to what these critters that we've been stomping around for are all about. So it's always a good time.
So, this deer, mind you, I made my own scent checker, my own wind smoke.
Yeah, you said you just broke wind out in the woods, and you.
Yeah, that was it.
Well, now what you were.
No, I said here I sit broken-hearted.
I thought it was something
came to hunt and only farted. No, I actually I made out of a nasal sprayer, drilled out the end of it, washed it out, put chalk in there for making chalk lines.
How did you get? If it was just a little tiny hole, how did you put chalk line?
The thing comes off.
Oh.
Yeah,
you didn't have to just put little...
Suck it up or nothing.
Okay.
No. But I had that.
That's dedication, man. I had to pay the money. I'll pay the $2.
The wind was swirling, though. Remember, we were talking about... It
was supposed to be coming right out of the west.
And
that was a lot.
If I would have sat where we were talking about by the 2 birches, it would have been... I had the wind in my face, so I would have been able to watch across the trail. But I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go back to that other spot, because if my scent's going to get carried, it's going to get carried this way, and then if they come out over there, my scent's going here, they'll be going into the wind, because deer have a tendency to want to at least head some way.
At least crosswise, if not straight into,
You know. And that
crosswise, write that down.
Yeah, crosswise. And I don't know. So it gets to that point to where you start thinking about, okay, so I have to have the wind in my face, and I have to have the perfect camouflage and the perfect set. And I had everything was against me. The wind was blowing right to that deer. I was 6 feet away from it, and it's going.
I'm surprised you didn't smell them eggs you ate for breakfast.
I know.
Huh.
But it stared at me for a while. Then it kind of. It didn't jump off. It looked like it wanted to jump, because it all crouched down, and it's like,
had no idea, knew something was wrong.
I'm getting ready to go. Maybe not. Maybe I won't. And then just kind of walk down the trail.
I'm gonna jump. Does that do anything for you? No.
And it was. So then it gets out in front of me and turns broadside and just stands broadside to me. I don't have a doe permit, so I can't shoot. And I'm trying to watch the other one, but the other one's over here and this one's over here, so I'm like. And I'm like, okay. Finally, it was, I think you hit me up on the radio, and it really didn't freak out until I actually talked to you, and I set the radio down, and I think it slid off of my bag and tumbled. And when it tumbled, the light shone on it.
Done in by a GPS again.
Yeah, done in by a GPS radio.
You got done in by the GPS, and I got done in by the GPS.
Yeah. More than
something up in your eye there. You got
more than two ways to that.
Yeah.
Then they kind of hippity hopped off. I only saw the two tails go up. I didn't see anything else. I was hoping maybe there was going to be.
I think they're probably this year's.
Big buck.
They're probably this year. They're usually 6-7 months old or something.
Yeah.
Maybe a button buck and a doe. The button buck was a little more rambunctious. He probably would have come out first, and he don't care. And mom probably got blacked, or she was standing further back in.
Yeah.
You never even saw her.
Yep.
Which that's also really good.
Yeah, you kids go up there. You think you're so tough.
Y'all go on out there, because if you get run over, I'll make some more next year. And
yep.
I don't worry about that. But
so it's kind of the report. Tomorrow, weather says possible rain in the afternoon, so we're gonna play it by ear what we do tomorrow. We'll see. If the weather stays decent, it doesn't rain, maybe we'll go hunt the swale right there just past the gate. That way we can poop and get afterwards. Get everything loaded up and whatever. If not, if the rain's going to come in, it's going to be foggy and drizzly. I thought maybe later morning hunt. Go at about 10 o'clock, walk around, sit, and call it a day by noon, 1 o'clock. You know, I've been half kicking around the idea about going out behind the house here.
In the morning?
In the morning, yeah. But I don't know. We'll see what happens.
What did he say? That he thought he saw one moving in
Yeah.
the middle of the day, though, right?
4:15. Yep. Not the middle of the day, but
early afternoon. Yeah.
Or at least an hour way before dark. But you know, there's that creek that runs back there, and you know they're walking up and down that creek. That one corner back there, behind the barn, down there where the ladder stand points to. It looks like big buck's been rubbing in there for 100 years. I mean, they're all the trees down there all scarred up like they've been rubbed on. But I had the camera down there. I sat down there a couple of days. I've never seen nothing moving through there. But opening day gun season, would you have 4 does and a buck come through there?
Right, but I think that's because 4 does and a buck. I think that's because it had been a year since anybody had touched anything. So that's why I think, next year, nobody touches it, opening day of gun season, that's going to be the hot ticket. They're just going to come through naturally. And that's what I was talking about when I was talking about going up to opening day, or either going up opening day of bow season or going the week before firearm season. That way you're hitting the rut. But if you go up opening day, they're still in their feeding patterns. They're still in their summer patterns. The only real issue you would have is if you get one is getting the meat cooled. That's it. So, I mean, really, I think that's just for up here. I don't know how bad it is, but I'd be willing to venture that we could, if we were up here for the opening week, and a year from now, I may look back at this and go, what was I thinking? Mm-hmm. But I know there's going to be people, but we should be able to seek out our own spot somewhere. Ooh, it's right outside the door.
Well, I heard that.
Scary.
But I think you're right. I think if we get out there and we can surprise attack that opening week of archery season, we'll come out and...
We'll find a place. It's not like... There's somewhere to hunt. I mean, I just think we're just going to see a lot more activity.
Yeah. Get them in their normal routines. I think I'd love to come out first week in November for bow season before gun season kicks in. But there's a lot of hunting pressure up here. The crossbow guys are out there, the early doe and the handicap hunt and the early doe season. It's just, by the time you get to October, everybody's out in the woods. And I think, you know, the closer you get to November, unless we can find some secret spot, and I think inevitably, I think we're going to find a spot, but it's just, it takes time. A lot of hunters here in Gladwin County. A lot of hunters. Every time that we come up here, there's hunters that are up here. There's not a time that we come
no,
up.
I think if you were to go back and look, I think every time we've been up here, maybe not that first day if we come up in the middle of the week because our schedules allow that, but you know that by come a weekend, boom, there's campers and they're either duck hunting or they're boating or who knows what they're doing. But it's like every time we come up, somebody's doing something.
Unless we go further north.
A lot further north.
Atlanta. All right. That's our nightly report. And we're going to play tomorrow by ear.
A deer 6 feet from him.
And...
You could have gave it a finger in the eye. And cut.